You'll notice going through the bands here, I'm just gonna let it scroll through. You'll see a red dot over the 850 megahertz, the 1900 megahertz, and 2100 megahertz bands. And then we'll scroll back through right there, the 700 megahertz band. That's the only band I'm getting any signal on to actually amplify indoors. The outdoor antenna is doing a good job of picking up the signal, and compared to just having my phone or whatever out, I mean, it's a vast improvement. And not to mention, I can actually talk on the phone in the house now, which is, you know, that's a good benefit. And this is the actual display on the indoor unit when it dims down after its predetermined time. As you can see with lights out, it's not really that bright at all. I mean, it is fairly dim, even in complete darkness, so not very disturbing. Then if you connect the Bluetooth from the Signal Supervisor app, or if you cycle the power or anything like that, the screen brightens back up for 2 minutes. So when you click through the Signal Supervisor app, you select your device. So here's the Sidekick. I'll show you the RF parameter page first. I have 4 bands available. I've got all the bands turned off except the LTE 700. It's the only band that had strong enough signal to provide a reliable connection. And it's on the low range of acceptable, and it actually drops into the poor range sometimes depending on the weather and what the wind is doing, things like that, because there's a lot of trees and a lot of terrain between me and the closest tower. But it is acceptable and working better than I thought. Go to the advanced menu page for RF parameters. You can see the RF switches right here. You can turn the bands on and off if your phone's trying to connect to one of the bands that don't have a strong enough signal. And that's what I was encountering. It was trying to pick up a 5G and occasionally a 5G ultra wideband signal off some of the other bands, but the signal was not strong enough to do anything. The latency was too high, so the LTE band was working the best. So I left it on, and the other ones are all turned off. And it's very easy to optimize to whichever band you have the strongest signal, most reliable connection. Just a little toggle switch right here, just back and forth. It turns the bands on and off, so you can turn them all back on, turn them all back off, whichever one suits your needs the best. I'll show you a couple of other things on the app as well. You have a customer service little tab right here, so you can check everything out, contact the company if you're having any problems or any issues. It is a fairly well-designed app, very easy to use. Now I'll show you the little video tab they have down here. It's got a bunch of helpful videos produced by the company to show you how to install the booster, troubleshooting, frequently asked questions, all kinds of things. So they've tried to cover all the bases fairly well. So between the manual, their app, and their online support from their website, it should be fairly straightforward and easy for you to install the signal booster. So in conjunction with the video tab, there is also a FAQ tab. So the frequently asked questions listed right here. You can select the question you may be having, get the proper answers. Like I said, I think they're trying to help you make this install of a signal booster or use of signal booster, you know, pretty straightforward and easy as possible. So now for a live YouTube comparison, I'm going to pick on my buddy Brad today. This is something I've never been able to do until I got this booster, is watch YouTube inside. So I'm inside watching YouTube, and it looks like Brad is out camping in the Smoky Mountains. But let me show you what the video is playing at. Look, 480p indoors. The best I could get outdoors ever would be 144 to 240p. So I'll check out the rest of Brad's video later. So that is nice being able to watch YouTube in 480p. A lot of you are laughing at that. Y'all watching 1080 or 4K or whatever. My best before this actual booster here, and normally be about 144, or sometimes I get 240p, just depending on the weather and if I had my phone sitting on a ground plane like a mesh metal table or a hood of a car or roof of a vehicle, something like that. So vast improvement. Even though I don't have much signal to start with, that outdoor antenna is just thumping it in my experience compared to what I'm used to. I mean, it's a game changer, it really is. And uploading my videos, let's say like that last 9-minute video I posted the other day, without this booster, without going to use somebody else's internet or driving and finding some 5G or whatever, that would take me 4 to 6 hours on average to load a 9-minute video. Well, I had this on the other day. When I loaded that 9-minute video, it only took 45 minutes. So, I mean, that's impressive. Normally when I try to load one at the house, I get frustrated, just stop and then wait till I go to somebody's house or go out and get 5G or whatever. But I've got this on the wall. This comes with a wall bracket right there. It's got a little cleat right there it slides into. They recommend sitting it on a table or bench for best results, but I'm pretty happy with the way it's working right here. There we go, just like that. Secured, and I got to put some holders and stuff, some wire loom down on these wires. But I'm going to end up probably changing this antenna wire, pull it back out, get a longer one, and move the antenna around. I just got it sitting in the spot right now where it's working, testing it out for several days before I'm bringing you this video. So now I've unplugged the Sidekick just to show you a direct back-to-back comparison, the signal with the Sidekick versus the signal with the Sidekick off. You can see right there, no signal on the phone. And on YouTube, you get the upside down astronaut of death. And now I've got the satellite emblem on my phone indicating 0 signal. So here's a shot of the outdoor antenna. I just got temporary on a piece of PVC. And I've got another bracket on a soffit. I've got it about 14 feet high above the indoor base station. They recommend 13 feet of height difference or 30 feet of separation distance horizontally, so you don't have any feedback between the outdoor antenna, indoor antenna, things like that. All that's outlined in the manual. But I just put it here for now because I have that 700 megahertz band and it's working. And when I was initially setting it up, I would put the pole somewhere, I'd put it here, put it there, testing around trying to find, and this is the best spot so far with the included amount of cabling. Now, if I get a longer cable, I can move it higher up elevation and get a little bit better signal, I'm thinking. But for now, it is working, and I said I'm impressed with what it's doing already. And finding your closest cell tower, if you don't know where it's at, you can use cellmapper.net as recommended by the manufacturer. Put in your address and things, and you can help line up your outdoor antenna in relation to your closest cell tower. I know where mine was at, so it wasn't any trouble getting it lined up for the best signal. And I did use their included weatherproofing tape around all the different connections on the cabling. They recommend putting their tape on everything to keep any corrosion down on all the connections. So they give you a nice strip of tape. So I tore it in half, used one piece here and one piece on the 2 different sections where the 2 different antenna links join. So hopefully the video helped demonstrate that I found a solution for my needs to get cell signal and increase my data. And the HiBoost is working, and I'm very happy with it. So if you're looking for a cell booster for remote locations, things like that, or even if you're just having problems with cell signal in a concrete building or things like that, metal building, you may want to check this out. So if you want to look into some HiBoost products, I'll have convenient links in the video description down below so you can easily find and check out their various offerings.